Morning at NTV, Stephen Imbidon Fefe I'm coming to you from Machindi. In Uganda there is a saying, in fact it's a proverb, that amanyi tegalya embazi tewata. That I could loosely translate it for Honorable Faith in a code that physical energy does not do anything or everything because it would be the one that would be pinning Matoke. But I'm here with the Speaker of Kampala Capital City Authority, that is Madam Zahara Ruyirika. She's also the councillor representing Machindi West here to the council. Yesterday we saw physical violence in the council, blue corner, red corner, and that was regrettable by all standards. I want to understand, how did we reach here where councillors who are supposed to use their brilliance get into physical fights? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mwami Mbide, and the viewers of NTV. I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to the public about what transpired yesterday. Yeah. How
do we reach here? Because Kampala dwellers would expect that maybe now the issues of solid waste, every day we woke up from their doorsteps, they find a lot of garbage, heaps of garbage in their workplaces and the markets. Everywhere you go is heap after heap of garbage. But this yesterday, the meeting you had, we expected maybe you're going to be giving us medium and long-term solutions to the waste management issue. But we didn't see that. We only saw physical fights.
Okay. Yeah, it is true. What you saw is very regrettable by us as council. And we want to assure the people of Kampala that it is not going to happen again. We are going to find a way of harmonizing the situation as much as we can as leaders of the city and do what the people expect of us. This and a series of so many meetings, I want the people of Kampala to first appreciate that we have a law that we operate in, that is the KCCA Act, and we have, each of us has their duties to execute. As envisaged in the law of KCCA. So we have 3 arms in KCCA. We have the supreme body, that is council of the authority, led by the speaker and the councillors. Then we have the city executive committee, which has the political head of the city, that is the Lord Mayor, and his team of 5 people. Then we have the technical wing, led by the executive director. But the law stipulated very well that everyone has their roles to play. So it is council that gives the final decision of operation when it comes to KCCA decisions and operations. Then what happened sincerely, when the tragedy of Chitezi occurred on the 10th of August 2024, I was away. I was out of the country. And my deputy speaker was in office. So he called for council on the 12th of August to happen on the 13th. What happened? The city executive committee did not attend that council, giving an excuse that it was on a very short notice, which the public can say it was true, but for us as council and the way we have been operating, a special council, an emergency council, can be called in an hour, can be called, like you call it in the morning and it is to sit in the evening. So people will always be ready, if they are willing to come and attend that council, they will always be ready to bring the reports to council. That council did go on, but with, of course, challenges that they did not have reports from the city executive committee, and the political head was not in council. When I came back, they gave me that reason. I said, okay, we can figure out what to do, because we have been working together, as you've been seeing. We have been working together, the office of the speaker, council and city executive committee. Everything was harmonized, and we've been working together as to see that the city at least achieves what we can give best to our people. On 3rd September, I called for a business committee. In the business committee, we have a section here, section 14, which provides for that. And the Deputy Lord Mayor sits in the business committee, which I chair as the speaker, to make business and preparations for council. Their business from city executive committee is given priority. So when she came to us on that day, she told us, Madam Speaker, now we are ready. Last time we were not ready with the report. Now we are ready with the Chitezi report. You give us 2 weeks, we shall be ready with it. We said, okay, thank you. Then after, there was a problem, a challenge of garbage around town.
And it's still a challenge.
Which is still a challenge. We say, like, the councillors thought it prudent that we needed to have an emergency meeting, a special council sitting, just to handle that solid waste management within the city. So she agreed. And I wrote the notice, I called for council for 10th. We decided to have council on 10th of September. Then, when that day reached, of course, on the 5th, the next day, we saw the Deputy Lord Mayor appear before KCCA. She was giving in a report.
With the team?
With a team, yeah. Then after, on the 10th, we expected to have a report. There was no formal communication to me that they were not going to give me the report. Though I saw a letter on the 9th at 4:30 from the Lord Mayor's, a copy from the Lord Mayor's office, writing to the Deputy Executive Director that they wanted a report and it was not given. It had not been given to them. So I said, okay, since there is no communication, I think we can proceed, because that is not the way I pick information from people. So when we went to council, they came. They were on time. At 10, they were there. But they said they cannot give us a report.
And then, if they cannot give you that report, where two elephants fight, the grass is the one to suffer. And for now, we are seeing that Kampala dwellers are the ones suffering with the garbage. And as you are the political, technical, and the supreme leaders of the authority in these squabbles, what is really behind this? Because if the report is there and is not presented and we only see fiscal fights, who is insinuating all this? What is behind all this, other than having your political or technical fights?
I must say it is not a political fight yet. It has always been a technical fight. But a political fight, no, it is not yet there. But let me finish this preamble. So when they came, they told us they did not have the report. Adamant, like that. We said, but... And
how about the report they presented in the KCCA Committee of Parliament?
We put across. You went to Cabinet, you presented a report, which you gave to Nambanja, the Prime Minister. We just needed to know, were they comfortable giving the report to Cabinet other than giving it to the supreme body of council? You went to KCCA with a report. Can you gather that information that you have and give to us? Because it was a month. And they have been all over the place, because they have the political head, they have the State Executive Committee, they have full-time workers in KCCA, so that the ED reports to them on a day-to-day basis. We told them, gather that what you have and what you've been submitting to other entities and give it to us, if there is no hidden agenda. So we gave them 2 hours. Council was adjourned and to 2 p.m. and we had given them 2 hours to bring the report that they had submitted to KCCA. So when they went back, they closed their doors. They did not come back. We sent for people to get them, but they did not come.
But if all that is happening, is the fiscal fight the last resort that you could give us the tangible results that we want as Kampala people?
Mwami Mbide, allow me to finish this. Okay. Then we get to the physical fight. After that, they did not come back, but council went ahead and made resolutions, which were tangible, because we thought people of Kampala needed solutions, not knowing what was in the background. So we tried to put ultimatum solutions to the problem of garbage as we wait for another council to happen, which happened yesterday on the 17th. So announcements were made in council. I adjourned to 17th of September for City Executive Committee,
which was yesterday,
to bring us a report. On reaching there, yes, some of the City Executive members came, because the Lord Mayor said he will never come back to council. That is what he said. He said it to my face. He's not going to come back to council because of the council that my deputy called, and he says that my councillors abused him. So he said he's not going to come back to council. I told him, Lord Mayor, I think this is too early for us to get into that. Please, you are the leader here. You come back to council. Let us see how to harmonize the situation. He said he will never come back. So yesterday, they sent us Honorable Sebufu and Honorable Akim to come and attend council. My dear, it was a hassle. My councillors only requested, because a council resolution.
Both the Lord Mayor and the deputy were nowhere to be seen.
The minister in charge of public health and environment, that is Honorable Namazi, they did not come. I want the people of Kampala to get the picture now. Council is dominated by NUP. And the two ministers...
Where you also belong.
Yes, where I also belong. And the two ministers who came yesterday were for NUP. That is Honorable Sebufu and Honorable Akim. So the Lord Mayor, the Deputy Lord Mayor, and the Minister in charge of public health did not come to council. And the person who was supposed to give us the report, that is the person in charge of public health, did not come to council. So these ones, when they came, members were just requested, there was a resolution of council that please, before you proceed with anything, can you apologize to this council for what you did as SEC? Your behavior was uncalled for, what you did was regrettable, so we need you to apologize to council. It was a council resolution supported by the masses of council. So I told them, it was very simple. Honorable Sebufu, you said you're representing SEC. Okay, we are ready to proceed. Can you please apologize to to council? Not apologizing to Zahara.
You know, I saw an expose last evening by the Deputy Lord Mayor, her worship during Nyanjula, accusing that she was insinuating that NUP, because you have the biggest number in the council, you're trying to impose your ideas, your force before the council. You're not using reason. You're not even giving other people the space to air out their views. You are dominating the council with your own views. Is it a political fight that is bringing NUP, FDC, and the other parties that is at play that we are not seeing now?
That is very unfortunate of her, sincerely speaking. Now tell us, to the viewers who are watching us, where does NUP come in the matters of concerning council and garbage in the city? It was one simple thing. Nyanjua did not come to council. So why is she so touched that we told the members of City Executive Committee to apologize to council for what they did, not bringing the report to council? Was that a very hard task, sincerely speaking? If they had the goodwill to see that we move on as the leaders of Kampala, was that a very big task for us to ask? So these people refused, and Honorable Sebufu said they cannot apologize in any way. Instead, we wait until when they present their report, it will be us to apologize. So in that spirit, they wanted to assume the powers of the Speaker, then powers of Council, then rubbish everything, saying that now SEC, the City Executive Committee led by the Lord Mayor, is the supreme organ of Kampala Capital City Authority. Yet this law dictates otherwise. So what happened? They had brought in goons.
And who brought the goons?
The office of the Lord Mayor. Because even these goons, some of them working in his office. Are you for sure? Yes. And after that, they went and had lunch because they were jubilating. It is all on camera. But before we get there, goons had come in, and that is why you saw that the City Executive Committee was talking with all that power and vigor. We cannot do this. We are not going to do this. By the time Honorable Sebufu said that they cannot apologize, who are we to tell the Lord Mayor? The Lord Mayor was outside, but Sebufu was saying, who are you to tell the Lord Mayor to apologize to you? Because when you talk about SEC, it is taken by them that you're directly attacking the person of the Lord Mayor. You know, Honorable Zahara Yurika, you were a part of the team in November 2013 that you saw the impeachment. In fact, you also voted for the impeachment of the Lord Mayor, Elias Lukwago. And we are almost seeing the same scenario that you are now at loggerheads with the Lord Mayor. This seems to be taking us back where we came from during the time of Jennifer Musas, the ED. We are now, in fact, some time back, we saw the ED Dr. Chisaka with the Deputy Liimbas also being chased out of the council. We are almost getting back to where we came from. Does this concern you as the Speaker of the Council? And before I get to that question, Mr. Mbide, let me finish up here. The people of Kampala need to know that we are only concerned about working for them. What we want and what we are expecting from the City Executive Committee is very simple. Kindly consolidate the report that you have. We want to see the uncollected garbage that is roaming around in the city, that is lying in people's houses, that is within the city people, and bring that report to us. We want to know the Dundu land. What is it doing? We are running up and down.
There's also Kasanji land.
Yes, we are running up and down all over the place looking for land. Sincerely speaking, what is Dundu doing? Because Dundu is 135 acres. It was bought to accommodate garbage from the city. So what is it doing? Why isn't it put on use for KCCA? We are just hearing about the monies that are flying from government to KCCA. 100 billions to buy land. Where is that money? Who is responsible? We are only hearing about 16 billion that was released for KCCA to facilitate activities of garbage. What is it doing? What has it done when the people are still there in
That should be debated in your council.
Yes, that is what we want. I am now telling the people of Kampala that is what we are asking for. We are hearing about the 4.5 billion that was released last week for fuel to carry garbage from the people, and the garbage is still there in the people.
In the meantime, you are the speaker.
Yes, we want the concessionaires. We wanted the concessionaires to come yesterday to tell us, to give us a reason as to why they are not picking garbage from the people. That is all we want. So we wanted SEC to come and give us that report, which they did not have. That is why they brought all the goons to beat up my councillors. That one put aside. What you saw yesterday, and what you're affiliating now to the year
2013 November.
Year of 2013 November. Yes, it was true. There were challenges in KCCA, and I voted for impeaching him. I do not regret that because I had reasons. The reasons I had that time is what you're saying now. That is the person we are dealing with. That is the person. Whenever it comes to that time, he brings in his gymnastics. And I know him. No one is going to give that opportunity to him. No one is going to impeach anyone. For example, last time
Are you taking the same route to impeach him?
No, we cannot. He should be rest assured no one is going to impeach him. No one has interest in doing so. What has he done? Is he the speaker that he failed to call for council? No. Last time he failed to call for council because he was the speaker. Now I am the speaker. Have I failed to call for council? Is he the speaker? How can we impeach him? No, we cannot. He should be sure that we know what we are doing, sincerely speaking. No, the Lord Mayor should know, and his City Executive Committee. Though the City Executive Committee members should know that they are councillors.
I have it on good record from some sources that as we head into 2025, a year of political activity, we are now beginning to see political formations within the council that who is aligning with who. And this is exactly what is the source of all the squabbles that we are seeing in KCCA. I guess you also know, and you've heard such voices, that we are trying to see people aligning with themselves with whoever they would support come 2025 as we go into the political activity.
That is true, because we are politicians, we are leaders, we know how we play our politics. But I just want to request for one thing from all the superiors, from the leaders we govern the city with, that at least we can be able to swallow our ego and give the people of Kampala the best that they expect of us. It is, yes, remaining 1 year, and people are trying to see who falls where. Yes, me, I subscribe to the NUP, but when I am executing my duties as the Speaker of Kampala, I am neutral, I am for the people, and I work for KCCA. So, going back to my party, I'll go there and do my party activities. I'll go to the field and do my field activities. But when it comes to council, it is just legal. But it is the law. What is good and what is bad.
Was it a good move for government?
Yes.
Was it a good move for government to take up the administration of Kampala with putting administration under a ministry, that is office of the president, that is office of Kampala, the minister having a minister? with an amendment in the administration of Kampala? Was it a bad move? But because maybe we are seeing all these issues because of that law.
First of all, the government had expectations. And when they, in Article 5 of the Constitution, they said that we are going to govern, KCCA is governing the city on behalf of central government. They thought they had taken it all. Not knowing they had put some measures and structures that are going to govern the different arms within the city. So they wanted to overtake it, but I think it failed. Because they created the technical wing led by the executive director. They gave her so many powers, but then they put a springboard on her that whichever thing you want to do, it has to be sanctioned by council. So they had that in mind. Of course, because they rushed into it. They wanted to get Kampala into an authority when, sincerely speaking, government was not ready for that.
I want to go back to studio. Your final words, outline your program as the speaker of KCCA. Now, how do we move forward? We saw what happened yesterday, but moving forward, are we expecting another council soon? Are we expecting the report soon? What is the way forward for now?
I want to thank you very
both
much.
the councillors,
yes,
political wing and technical wing, but also to the Kampala dwellers.
Yes. Now I want to thank everyone who was viewing very well, but I want to request the City Executive Committee that we need to work. Politics, we put it aside. We do what brought us into KCCA. We leave away the wars that we are trying to create now, which are not there. Because as you've been seeing, when we wanted reports for the roads, we were together. When we wanted reports on the street vendors, we were together. When we wanted reports on prisoners, we were together. So when we have done policies, we have been together. And that is the spirit that I am requesting that we work into. That is what I want to see us do as leaders of KCCA. That is one. Two, council was adjourned, signed, die. It means that we can call it tomorrow, we can call it next week, so long as the City Executive Committee is ready to abide by the resolutions that were taken by Council. Remember in section 14 here, City Executive Committee follows up the implementation of Council resolutions. So there is a resolution of Council for SEC to apologize. I assume that when the Council is called again, SEC will come in good spirit to serve the people of Kampala. And if it doesn't do it, then we have to wait for that resolution to elapse after 6 months. That is the law. It is only repealed after 6 months. So we expect the goodwill from the City Executive Committee. No one is fighting anyone. Yes, what transpired yesterday was very regrettable, and we request that whoever was behind that, please, we are ready and watching, and not about to be intimidated by anyone. Even if they bring guns, what they cannot touch is my mess, because they wanted to get my mess. But no one can dare that. That is the authority. When it is taken away, that means the council is resolved. Yes. So in that case, I want to request everyone that we work together. Okay. We need a teamwork, as we have been doing. Our fight should not be between the political leaders. No. If it is a technical wing that has refused to bring in the reports as they have been doing, let us go for them. But why do you stand in between there to defend the technical wing, not to give us those reports? Final. So I want to request each of us to work together. Right. We are not ready for any will. They should remove politics in the challenges affecting Kampala with garbage and solid waste management.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Kampala Capital City Authority, Honorable Zahara Yulika. We hope to see a better service from the council. I should add, Kao, now, because of what happened yesterday, you narrowly survived because I saw a lot of violence. I have now to hand you back to studio for Chris Igenyi, who has other guests there in the studio. And of course, I know they also speak about what transpired in the council yesterday. Take it over from me, Chris.